What do you want to talk about today? You're so negative with the things that I say, especially with money.
It's like you said, people say, well, affirmations are just things else. Affirmations are just
Every day I'm
affirmations.
always like, I'm so happy and grateful that I have my home and I have money coming in from multiple streams of income.
But when you put the belief and the thing behind,
Because we're always like, I never have enough. I'm never going to make enough. There's never enough in the bank. Well, if you keep saying it's never going to be enough, guess what? You're never going to have enough. Hello and welcome to Beyond the Mind, Expanding Your Finances, where I show you how to become financially independent by learning how to create multiple streams of income and establishing a financial mindset for success. I'm your host, Jen Medvick. In this episode, I want to tell you a little bit about me, where I came from, where I am now, and where I'm headed. So I work a regular 9 to 5 job and I have several successful online businesses. I'm an author of ebook, The Top 10 Online Businesses for Single Moms and What You Need to Know to Get Started. But my story starts about 11 years ago. I found myself in an unexpected position. A single parent, a mom of 3 young kids, 9, 6, and 5. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I didn't make very much money. I worked small online jobs, and I made probably about $900 a month. Crazy, right? I mean, you can't really raise a family on $900 a month. But that wasn't my breaking point. So my breaking point was one night I ran out of propane to heat my home. Now, it wasn't quite winter, but it wasn't spring or summer either. It was mid-October, and the days were warm, but the nights were not. So I remember it went down to about 40 degrees that night. It was so cold in my home that you could see my breath. Talk about a low point in my life, right? But it was at that moment that I knew that I had to do better. I had to do better by me. I had to do better for my kids. I could not have a life like this. So what was I going to do? All I know is that's when my passion for single moms started. And I knew that if I could create a better life for me, I could help all the single moms out there create a better life for themselves as well. Now, don't get me wrong. I love all women and I support all of you out there. But I have a special place in my heart for single moms. Why? I know the hardships, the struggles, the feeling of defeat, and the feeling of low self-worth. But I also know how it feels to know the strength and the desire to stand up when we fall. And that's why I've made it my passion to help others create financial independence that I know that they're searching for. In my upcoming shows, I will show you multiple ways to generate income straight from your home, where you don't have to go out and work a second 9 to 5 job or even a second part-time job. You can do income straight from your own home without leaving your couch. I will have special guests that will inspire you, that have come from absolutely nothing and have created a business so successful. I will show you the importance of having good credit and how to repair your credit if it's damaged. I'll show you how to create a budget, and one that you can create for your family and what fits you and your financial needs. I will share my SMART goal techniques, the same techniques that I use every single day to achieve my goals and my success. But most importantly, I will show you how to have a positive relationship with your money and create a financial mindset so you can have success in anything that you want to do. So, what does it take to have a financial mindset? What does it take to have success financially? So, what I've taught myself and what I have learned over the past few years, I had to change that relationship with my money. So, if you're like most, you grew up thinking money was bad. And it was always, we never have enough. We live paycheck to paycheck. We struggle. All these bills that come in, there's never enough to go around. That's how I grew up. And I'm sure most of you out there did as well. So, how do you change that? You have to first create a financial foundation. You have to create a relationship with your money. So, sit back and think about it. What kind of relationship do you have with your money? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Are you, it's okay? Is it every time you get your paycheck, there's just not enough? I pay all my bills and there's just not enough. So, what kind of mindset do you think that creates for you? You never have enough. There's never enough to go around. So, what I've learned is to change that, change those words, change that relationship with your money. Instead of saying, I never have enough, there's never enough to go around. There's never enough coming in. I have to pay these bills. One, you're always going to have to pay bills. And two, they're always going to come every single month. So, how do we change that? What wordings can we use to change that? So, over these past few years, I have learned to change it from I always have enough. I always will have more. Thank you for allowing me to have this money come in so I can pay these bills. Thank you. Without my paycheck or all this money coming in, I wouldn't be able to pay that. So thank you for allowing me to have this money to pay all these bills. Do you see what kind of a blessing that is? Do you see what kind of mindset that changes for you when you say, I have it? I remember not too long ago, this is a true story. I remember not too long ago, I went slightly overboard in my checking account and I went a little low. And my daughter was like, what are we going to do? I'm not worried. How can you not be worried, Mom? You're not going to have any money. Money's coming. I will have it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So I have learned to know it's coming. Money is coming. So you have to create that financial foundation. You have to be positive every time you find money. Every time money comes into your life, it needs to be a positive. When you reach into your pockets of an old jacket and you pull out a $5 bill, that's money. Thank you for this. Not like, oh, I only found $5. No, it's you found $5. It's amazing. And then it starts to create that financial positive, and you'll start getting it and receiving it. You'll know how to create more money. You'll know where it comes from. When you have that positive mindset in regards to money, it lets go and releases that stress. You don't feel the pressure anymore. You start to feel the success and the release of all that stress. So this is why when we start to create multiple streams of income, you have to have that mindset that it's coming. I can show you a million ways to make $1 million. And so can everyone else. But if you don't have that mindset, if you don't have that positive relationship with your finances, nothing is going to work. You can keep searching for the next best thing, the next get rich quick. But it's not going to happen. Why? This person here can show you how to make $1 million in like 5 days. If you don't believe it's going to happen, it's not going to happen. So you have to establish right here, right now, the kind of money that you want to make a month. You have to set a goal. And that's where my SMART technique goal comes into play. This is what I use every month. I set a goal every single month of how much money I want to make. And I take the steps to do it. So right here, right now, get out that pen and paper, write it down. How much do you want to make this month? Make it so big that you want to puke. Make it so big that you're like, I can't even fathom that amount. I remember I was talking to a friend of mine one time, and she said, Jen, how much do you want to make a month? And I told her. And she kind of laughed at me and said, that's all? What do you mean that's all? That's a lot of money for me. She's like, you have to think bigger. You have to think so big that you can't even fathom that type of money coming in a month. And I went, okay. So I went a little bit higher. And when I start changing that mindset and realizing that that amount seems doable, I knew I wasn't high enough. So I went higher. And to this day, I have changed that goal 4 times. 4 times I've changed that goal. Not because I've received that amount already. It's just because each time I move forward and set goals, it becomes like breathing. And if you think your goal is like breathing, it's not big enough. It's not big enough. No, I'm not saying you're going to make $1 million tomorrow. Of course not. So it has to be realistic. Okay. So say for this month, you want to make $500. That's an attainable goal. That's reachable. What are you going to do to get it? You have to write down your action steps. Write down the actions that you're going to take to achieve that. That's what's going to get you to your financial goals. And each and every month, you can increase it. You have to believe that it's coming. You have to believe and you have to act like you already have it. Here's a classic story I tell just about everyone. And I honestly didn't realize it until it was happening. I was in the middle of it. So my son, my middle one, who's now 17, he begged and begged and begged, and he wanted a motorcycle. Now let's leave out the fact that I'm a mom and I said no. Because in his mind, he was getting it, whether I said yes or no. But here's where this comes into play, all the things I've been saying. He wanted this motorcycle. He, in his mind, knew he was going to get it. He didn't know how. He didn't know when. He just knew he wanted it and he was getting it. He raised, not only did he start raising the money and saving the money for it, he started purchasing things for it like he already had it. And I remember the day his motorcycle gloves and his jacket came in the mail. He's like, my gloves and my jacket came. And I'm like, why did you get that? You don't even have a bike yet. He's like, no, but I'm going to get one. How are you going to get one? I'm saving money, Mom. I'm getting a bike. Okay. Next week, his helmet came. Why would you get your helmet already? Mom, I told you, I'm getting a bike. It's happening. I'm getting it. So not only did he have the gloves, the helmet, and the jacket, but no bike. But he knew without a doubt he was going to get that bike. He felt it and he wanted it and he went after it. Didn't know how, but he was going after it. Within 2 months, he had saved over $3,000 and bought himself a bike. And I said, I can't believe you did that. He's like, I told you I was going to buy a bike. So you see, he acted like he already had it. He had it in his main goal was to get that bike. He did everything to get it. And now he has it. Now he's 17 and he owns his own bike now. So that's a classic case of putting your mind to it, not knowing how you're going to get there, but you're going anyway. And you're acting like you already have it. That's key. So if you want to be a millionaire, you have to act like you already have it. I'm not saying go out and spend $1 million. Let's be real. Start hanging around millionaires. Start following millionaires. Do what they do. Be in that circle. A friend of mine the other day said she wanted to upgrade her life. And by doing that, she upgraded her office. She upgraded a couple things in her office to make her feel that way. And that's what I mean by having a financial mindset. The financial mindset to success. That's what it takes. Guys, I am so happy that you were with me today. And I'm so excited to bring you this new platform that I am on, Beyond the Mind, Expanding Your Finances. I hope you join me for my next episode. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you did too. I'm Jen Medvick, and I'll see you soon.